we came into another 1.5 inch piece.
What's a ball valve?
Anyway, don't worry about him.
So after 2 years of, actually I think it's been longer, of the how to hard pipe a pool video, the vast majority of requests from that video have been a parts list. There's a reason we didn't give an exact parts list, and that's because everybody's pool is going to be different. So there's no way to tell you exactly what parts you're going to need for your pool. But we're going to try giving you a generalized parts list. Josh?
Like you said, I can't stress enough that your pool probably isn't the same as mine. So like we said, we're going to give you a generalized parts list. I know it's like beating a dead horse, but whatever. We got to say it because somebody's not going to get it. Anyway, to start off, we go with the standard male adapter.
So how many 1.5 inch PVC male adapters are you going to need?
So, well, in this case, we're going to need 4. Skimmer basket, return eye, filter housing, pump housing.
So then after that, you're going to want at least 4 1.5 inch PVC 90s. And we'll show you in a little bit why we recommend at least 4, but that's just to start with.
You're going to want to at least have 4 union. It's for ease of take apart and put back together for winterization and cleaning.
So that's 4 1.5 inch PVC unions. Now the other thing I'm adding here, even though we didn't use one of the comments actually brought up a good point, which was vibration from pump to pool or pool to pump. Now vibration isn't really that big of a consideration. Josh, can you explain why?
These pumps are made from the factory completely balanced. Even though they do have a little bit of vibration, it's not enough to create any problems in your hard piping.
And like you pointed out earlier, if this thing's really vibrating that much to cause a problem, then you got more than just one thing broke.
Correct.
So the one thing we haven't mentioned yet is the ball valves. So you're going to want at least 2 ball valves, and they're needed so that you can shut the system off, because everything works together, right? So your unions and your ball valves allow you to shut the pool, isolate it, drain everything individually, and then disassemble it, which you're going to need to do every year when you go to winterize. So at least 2 ball valves, 4 unions, 4 1.5 inch PVC male adapters, and if you're concerned about vibration, 2 𝐸𝐴 rubber 𝐸𝐴 1.5 inch connectors. That's a generalized parts list that gets you in the ballpark of what you're going to need. So now let's shift up a little bit and describe some installation techniques that we would recommend.
Awesome. What we're going to do here is we're going to start off at the skimmer basket, and out of this skimmer basket is going to be a male adapter. This male adapter is 1.5 inch, and to make things clear, for my system and my system only, I don't care what you guys use for your system, mine is 1.5 inch, and that's how I'm going to explain it. You upsize or downsize to your system. So again, male adapter 1.5 inch, stubbed out of that male adapter to 1.5 inch ball valve, a full port ball valve. Out of that, stub out again. This piece is considered a stub piece, right to a union. These unions are there for ease of taking apart. I can take this off, take it off down here at the basket, so I can pull this off, and I can do the same thing over here. So at that, we'll go to the return eye of the pool. The return eye is, again, an 1.5 inch adapter, stubbed for a 90-degree down, again for my system only, for an 1.5 inch ball valve. Out of that 1.5 inch ball valve is another stub piece down to this, but this is specifically for my pool. You can use a stub about that or whatever size you need, but this is so that I can add on to the system later. Like I said, my pool only. Down to a stub to a 90, stubbed out to another union. And this is a completely different piece right here that you can get not at your hardware store, but you can get these at your pool store. Okay, so out of this filter would be the same thing as a male adapter right here, except this is all built in. So it's a male adapter over here, female threads over here, but it also has a ball valve to turn off. So this is considered a union ball valve. With inflation these days, they're probably $40, $50 a piece, but you can get the male adapter and a ball valve for a lot less than that at the depot, Lowe's, or whatever you guys have wherever you're from. So with that being said, and you see the whole system now, the way it was designed for my pool, I can shut this off. I can shut the pool pump off easily, just like this. System's off. We're isolated from the basket. We're isolated from the return eye. Now I can confidently unscrew this, unscrew this, unscrew this, unscrew this, and winterize my pool and take it away. Drain all the water out of it without losing anything in the pool.
So there's one type of piping trick that I would recommend, and we actually used it down here on this, you can see in the footage, and that's to use a double 90 that serves two purposes. So if I use a double 90, let's say I need to get to an odd angle into the filter housing, or I have an element that it's not quite 45, it's not quite 90, what you can do is you can have 190 go down and then 190 go out. Now the lower 90, I can then spin to any angle I need. So if you have an odd angle to get to a component on your system, if you use the double 90, it will very much help you. You have to plan for the higher rise, but it will help you get any angle that you need in the piping. The other feature, or I guess the other benefit to using a double 90, this also provides a bit of a vibration or flexibility in the piping. If we just came out of this filter and went straight into the eye, then movement would be kind of a concern, because any movement that happens, it's going to push on one component or the other. But having a double 90 in there adds a little bit of strain relief to that movement. There really shouldn't be a lot, but it'll add a little bit of strain relief to any such movement. Okay, so hopefully that at least helps get you started. Again, this is not, it is impossible for me, for us, to make a parts list specific to your pool. But hopefully this general parts list will get you started and you can go from there. Again, we can't tell you exactly how to pipe it because, well, we're not at your location. So this is just a general, I have to reiterate, a generalized parts list with a couple tips to get you started in installing a hard pipe pool system for yourself. Any final thoughts?
No, I think you said it quite elegantly.
Nobody's ever accused me of being elegant. Anyhow, thank you very much for watching, guys. We really appreciate it. Make sure you hit that subscribe and bell icon, you know, for future videos and all. And see you next time.
Give us a thumbs up and don't forget to ring that little bell. Ding-a-ling-a-ling.
I already said that.
Did you say hit the bell?
Yeah.
I don't know. Then cut it the fuck out.
Bye-bye.
Wasn't, okay? Enjoy. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling.
Exactly how much were you drinking?
Well, what happened was